Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to retouch some damaged photos or if you want to remove things for your retouching assignment. So I'm just going to grab the actual photo that you guys need to do. This is the kind of beat up one. Remember, you can do one of your own if you'd like. This one is for extra credit, but I think it allows you to use the most amount of tools. So it would be proper for me to use this one. So first one to go over is the little band-aid. So I'm using Photopea here. The spot healing brush, it's the very first tool. If you're using a computer, the shortcut is J. And I can make the brush bigger or smaller with the bracket keys, or I can go up here to the brush adjustments and I can adjust the size and the hardness. I always keep the hardness pretty low for this brush just so it blends in with the things around. And very easy tool to use. All you do is paint or color over the area that you want to be fixed, and this tool does the rest for you. A lot of your applications could easily be done with this with just some patience. My tip, though, is to never try to do an area that's too large. So don't bite off more than you can chew, so to speak. I think it's better used to zoom in and to use a smaller brush and do smaller areas. And this might seem a little bit tedious, but in the end, it's going to give you the best results. If you try to do a really large area, it has sometimes a hard time blending in with the surrounding pixels, and you're going to get something that looks pretty unnatural. So that's the spot healing brush. The healing brush tool is the exact same principle, except you pick a source point. So there's actually a little more work involved in that you have to go to the area where you want to take clean pixels from. So let's say I'm going to be fixing this little dark spot right here. I would need to go somewhere near it, and I would have to hold the Alt button, and it turns into a little check there, a little plus sign, and then I would click. And what I've just done is I've copied that area, and then I would go paste it over that, and then it will blend in. So very, very similar to spot healing, but the spot healing brush does everything for you. Next one is the patch tool. That is for larger areas, but still I'll stand by the idea of not doing such a terribly large area. But it does allow you to make a selection of something and then move it to a new spot and click. And you can do this over different imperfections. The job done. And for any retouching exercise, you're going to find yourself using a variety of tools. It's definitely not a one tool, fits all kind of job. I will show you how to duplicate some bigger parts. So I've intentionally cleaned up kind of this whole middle area so that I can select it and copy it. So I'm just going to select this whole area here. I'm using just the regular lasso tool right now, and it's going to put marching ants around there. And then I'm going to do Command C, or copy. You can go to Edit Copy, and then you can do Command V to paste, or Edit Paste. Now if you look in my Layers panel on the right side, there should be a little, a new layer. I don't know what the error is that Photopea is saying here. That's been happening sometimes. And I can literally move this whole area over, which is kind of cool. And I can also make it larger or smaller. And then I can use a layer mask and get my brush tool and paint with black with a soft brush and clean up the edges. Okay. So now I might do that again. I can duplicate this layer here by just dragging it down to the new layer button, and then I can move this new layer somewhere else. And again, with my brush tool, I can kind of blend it in with the surroundings. Okay, so see how it's beginning to clean that up nicely? And I would just keep doing that, just kind of keep layering these, and you don't need to make another selection, you can just keep copying the layer and then moving it. Cover down here now. And I have a layer mask in place already. Oop, make sure you're on the layer mask. And I can smooth this out. Okay, that's helping out quite a bit. Alright, so those are your main tools. One last tool is the clone stamp tool. The clone stamp tool doesn't attempt to blend, kind of like the healing and the spot healing brush. And it also uses a source point, so you'll need to click somewhere else and hit Alt or hold down Alt and click, and then paste over where you want to paste. Okay, you should use a soft brush so it doesn't just come up as a complete circle. Sometimes you don't want to blend, especially if the pixels are changing in that area that you're working on, or if you want to keep the texture of what you're copying and pasting. So I always think that the clone stamp tool is very good in hair because hair has a certain texture to it, and the colors and the pixels change a lot. You know, if someone has highlights in their hair or their hair is more than one color, the clone stamp will do a better job of keeping it looking natural, whereas the healing and the spot healing brush tools are going to make it look more like smudged. Okay, so I hope this tutorial helped with your retouching assignment. Good luck.